Hello. Guess who's making another prediction video? Today I will be doing DR, LL or Last Laugh. There's not much to be known of the characters, so this won't be a long video. I wanted to do this beachy as I really like the characters. This will not have everyone as I don't have information on everyone. Without further ado, let's start. First protagonist, predictions. Greg is literally ultimate goofball. I feel like him being the protag wouldn't work beachy as he's too silly. Yumi, I don't see her being a protag. What can I say? She's too emo to be one. Avion, nah. She's literally crazy, nah. If she's the protag, the cast is fucked. Yuri, I could kinda see her being the protag, but I feel like someone else might fit more than her. Again, same thing as Yuri, I could see it, but someone might be a better protag. I see her having another role fitting her better too. Chen, nah. Chen feels like more of a minor antag than a protag, like they are gonna cause trouble. I don't think they would be the protag. Lynette, I see her being more of a side character. That's rude, but if she would be the protag, I can see her going the character development road. Soren, I feel like he's too sassy to be a protag. I just don't see that protag vibe from him. Also, I feel like him being another role would fit him more. Levi seems to be okay with the concept of death, which I feel like a protag wouldn't have, which is why I don't really see him as a protag. Haru, I don't see her being in protag. She's too mysterious for me. Also, she is said to have a persona which makes me feel like she will have another important role. Sammy, I could genuinely see him being the protag. He's said to be smart and blunt, which reminds me of some other protagonists, and honestly, like his design. Why, but he screams protag to me. Takashi, I can see them being the protag. Also, a ghost hunter protag would be cool, and I like his character. He's very determined, which would help in the trials. Totally not my bias towards ghost-related things. Mayoko as Mayoko's own creator. Hell nah. If she was the protag, the class would die in the prologue. Hole mole. Anyways, just no, she can't be no protag. Elijah, I can see him being the protag. Besides, the speaking before thinking can lead to some funny convos. Myra being a protag would be very interesting. Her cheerfulness suddenly going away as the chapters pass by is really interesting. The mystery of her name, I feel like she would be a cool protag. Sadly, since she was a late addition, there's a bigger chance she isn't. Hoshi, I don't see Hoshi as a protag. It's just the vibes, but I can see an interesting character development either way. Minoru, I feel like Minoru is too easily annoyed to be a protag. I won't say anything about Jocelyn, Xingyun and Ashok beachy as I don't have their information. Now for support predictions, I feel like the most likely person to be supports are Greg, a more cheery support, Yumi, a Kyoko type support, and Nadia, maybe she gives support vibes. Angle antagonists would most likely be Lynette, but would soften up and become nice. 3. Chen, a minor antagonistic, as I said, only to cause havoc, and Avion beachy as she's crazy, and OFC Danganronpa needs a crazy bitch for an antag. Now for the roles I think each character is gonna have. Hotoka, I feel like he will last. If he doesn't survive, I see him killing in later chapters, maybe to keep a secret. Minoru, I don't think he's surviving. I don't see him getting killed though. Probably would murder someone, maybe in chapter 2. Greg, he's a difficult one to put something on. I don't feel like he will survive. Would probably kill someone. A later chapter, I could see him being a traitor too. The goofy character being the traitor would be shocking. Yumi, I see her surviving or her getting killed in a later chapter. I feel like she'd be like a Kyoko, but she dies. Yuri, I don't see her surviving. I feel like she's too nice to survive. I see her getting killed or killing someone. Engel. Nadia, same as Yuri. I think, even though I see her dying earlier, she gives heavy Mahiro vibes. So, chapter to probably. Avion dies in the last chapter, and there's all this complicated plan and then someone else is blamed for it. I can see her manipulating the more stupid people, Greg, and causing their death. Just the typical antag. Chen definitely a later chapter death. Chapter 4 or 3 maybe. I feel like their ultimate would help the cast, but then they would die the moment their theory is right. Soren, he isn't surviving. Why, but he gives major chapter 1 culprit. Like he'd break easily, but the fact he is a former ultimate might be useful in the future. Lynette, I low-key see her surviving. I can see her getting character development, like someone she gets close to dies and she learns that she can open herself up to more people, or something between those lines. Levi either dies chapter 1 or in the last chapter. Absolute no in between. I feel like he'd be an easy victim or he'd be too smart to live. Haru, you know, when I said that she was suspicious, well, I still think she is probably killer and or traitor. I just can't trust her for some reason. Sammy, as I said, protagonist. I genuinely can't see him as anything else. Maybe killer or survivor, but for me he is so protagonist coded. Takashi, protagonist or traitor. I could see him being a traitor. BTS of the ghost hunting talent, he just gives off major traitor vibes. Besides that, I see him being the protagonist. Mayoko, victim, she is probably dying in such a dumb fucking way. I'm crying. Why am I giggling at the thought of it? Help. Maybe I could see her as a killer if she liked killing to protect someone or got manipulated, but probably a victim. Elijah, protagonist or survivor. I just don't see him dying. Elijah has no trauma per se, so if he survived, he would get trauma. That is seriously the only reason I think he would survive. Myra is too important to survive. Again, I said that she could be the protagonist, but if she was the protagonist, I feel like she'd die like Ked, but in a later chapter. Besides that, I can see her getting killed in a later chapter or and being the traitor. Okay, now a theory on the killing game in general. I know the name of the game probably means nothing, but I think that the words "the last laugh" could mean some things. 1. Many murders are gonna involve revenge, or at least a big part of the game will be about revenge. 2. The mastermind is doing this BCS, they want revenge on someone. I know the name is probably Last Laugh. BTS clowns laugh and shit, but still trust me fur. Okay, now the video is over. 3. I had fun doing this, and I hope you had fun hearing me. Bye now.